Hello and welcome everyone. This is Type V3 returning with yet another electronic supersonic diva review of the Figma Racing Miku 2014 EV Mirai version, along with her updated EV motorbike, the EX-Ride TT013 Kai. For 2014, this edition of Racing Miku ditches the cute and bubbly aesthetic, instead opting for a more serious road warrior appearance. It's not overly aggressive, still you get the sense of a more grown-up look versus last year's model. I really like the concept of the armor-clad bikini rider, it just seems to work well as a figure. No, it's definitely not a practical attire, especially for racing purposes, but that's besides the point. It's cool. As a toy, Miku is up to the standard Figma quality, sculpting is sharp, layered materials are effectively used, and the paint apps are crisp with no major issues. The text is cleanly written, however the low contrast in colors makes them somewhat hard to read. Also, unlike the 2013 EV Mirai Miku, this costume design works better as an articulated figure as all the major jointed areas are in sections that contain large materials of clothing, so you won't have those strange exposed joint instances. Additional touches like her glorious hair sculpt and the signature facial expression amount to a figure with a delightful visual. Accessories don't amount to much with this release. You get an additional facial expression, a helmet, extra hands, the Figma stand and bag, as well as a secondary torso in a fixed, seated position. These don't give you too many extra options for posing. Miku can wear or hold the helmet, while the extra face is simply included in the event that you don't like her signature look. As for the extra torso, well, we'll get to its use later on. When it comes to articulation, Miku is based on the standard Figma 2.0 body with the addition of jointed hair pieces. If you've handled a Figma in recent years, you should know what to expect. The only thing to watch out for is her hip movement, as they can stress her plastic belt. Moving on to Miku's electric steed, the EX-Ride TT013 Kai. Now, I'm going to make this very simple and tell you that this 2014 version is pretty much just a repaint of the 2013 bike with one difference. The sprocket is slightly larger and has cutouts in it. That's it. It still has the rubber tires, adjustable handlebars, and its own stand. The updated livery is well executed, though I'm not sure if I prefer it to the previous years. Additionally, the bike includes 2 sets of waterslide decals and the enlarged replacement foot pegs for the rider to use. However, because the 2014 Figma Miku has a secondary torso already in a fixed riding position, she can actually mount the bike with the accurate sized foot pegs that are already installed. Admittedly, it's a very small detail, but one I personally appreciate. Alright, so at this point you're probably thinking that the Figma Racing Miku 2014 EV Mirai set is pretty much just the 2013 set save for some cosmetic changes. And yeah, you'd be right, that's exactly what it is. If you weren't sold on the idea before, there's nothing here that will convince you otherwise. That said, I do greatly prefer this version of the EV Mirai Miku strictly from a design standpoint. I mean, this toy set isn't anything special, yet that's hardly surprising. Hatsune Miku is the equivalent of a mascot character, and the whole point is to change up her appearance year after year to sell merchandise. If this is the type of thing that speaks to you, then you'll have a cool girl riding a cool motorbike on your shelf. If not, well, you're not missing out on much either. But that's all for me. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next review.